Good morning, everyone. This is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with the fifth puzzle in this Sudoku U set. This puzzle comes from a student of zetamath's Art of Sudoku class, Macro99, and it's called Kropki City, which is something I've not seen before, which is possibly why the rules were... I had to rewrite the rules while I was reading them. This is my second attempt at recording. While I was reading the rules, I noticed that the negative constraint stated that no two cells not connected by a line could have a difference. Any difference? No, that couldn't have been the rule. So anyway, let's have a look at the rules of this puzzle. So this is Kropki City by Macro99. So normal Sudoku rules apply. I know what was meant, but it's not what was said. And if I don't publish rules that people will on the channel that are clear, the comment section just goes nuts. Yeah. Anyway, so. In every box, normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have Kropki Roadways. So adjacent digits on a line must either be consecutive, which is a white Kropki relationship, or be in a 2-to-1 ratio, which is a black Kropki relationship. So any two cells connected by a line must either be consecutive or in a 2-to-1 ratio. They're the rules on the lines. Now we have an orthogonal negative constraint, which is no two orthogonally connected cells may be consecutive or have a 2-to-1 ratio if there is no road connecting them. So for example, these two cells could not be consecutive or in a 2-to-1 ratio, neither could these two, neither could these two, neither could these two. However, the rule does not apply diagonally, so it would be fine for those two cells to be consecutive or in a 2-to-1 relationship. That's all we've got for this puzzle, and a lot of roadways. So this one's fascinating to me. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So we obviously want to start in this box because when you have a 1, you know whether this is consecutive or in a 2-to-1 relationship. The only consecutive digit between 1 and 9 with 1 is 2, and the only digit in 1 to 2 relationship is 2. So this is a 2. So these are either consecutive or in a 2-to-1 relationship with 2, because these are both connected to the 2. If it's consecutive, then it's 3 because you can't use 1. And if it's in a 2-to-1 relationship because you can't use 1, it's 4. So these are 3 and 4. Now, I'm wondering whether this column is literally just going to have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But it is possible it may not be because, for example, if I go 4, 3, 6, now I'd then hit 5, wouldn't I? So 5, 7, and 9 would be the problem with doing a ratio jump because 5, 7, and 9 can never be on a black dot. So I suspect this is going to have to just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But I'm not sure. If it wasn't, if this was 4, it could then go 3, 6, but then I couldn't put 5 on the line because 5 would then need a consecutive. I could then go 6 to 5, but 4 would be take. Oh no, 4, 8. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 8, and then I'd have 7, 9 left and I couldn't connect them. If I went 3, or 1, 2, 4, 8, then all I'd have is 7 and 9. If I went 7, 6, 3, I could never get back up to 9. I think this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm trying to figure out how I can absolutely prove that. If I do, the problem with a ratio dot is a ratio dot will contain a low number and an even number because you can only double 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 3 to 6, 4 to 8. So you can have two even numbers, 2, 4, 4, 8, and you can have two low numbers, 1, 2, 2, 4, but you can't have a high odd number. And to get 5, 7, and 9 on this line, so the 7 and the 9 need the 8, which means I can never jump 4 to 8. Because if I jump 4 to 8, 7 or 9 is left isolated. So because of that, I'm pretty certain this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no other way of doing it. Like if I go 3 and then 6, if I do 7, 8, 9, I'm trapped. So 9, yeah, it just has to work that way. How do I prove that though? Because part of this is actually providing proof. I know it's right. Because I'm going to leave I've got to put 5, 7, and 9 on this line. If I play with ratios, I can't get back to 5, 7, and 9 without needing one of those digits that I've jumped to get back into the sequence. So connect the 7 and the 9, I need the 8. And I can't end with both 7 and 9. So the 8 goes with the 7 and the 9. So the 4 has to connect with the 3 and the 5. And once the 4 is connecting with the 3 and the 5, the 6 has to connect the 6 and this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It just has to be. 7 can only be consecutive with 6 or 8. So this is a 6. Because they can only be consecutive. This is now a 4. Now 4 is either consecutive with 3, it can't be 5, or it's in a relationship with 2 or 8. This is weird. Now this can't be 5. 6 can't be with 5. This could be with 7 if it's consecutive, or 3. So this is 3 or 7. This is also... Well, this one could be 5 or 3 because I can't use 7 for the other consecutive, and the only 2-to-1 relationship is 3. But that means this can't be 1 or 2. This can't be... Oh, no, it could be 2 because it could go 3, 2. So this starts being way more free. But I need to get a run of 3 digits here without using 1, 2, 4 or 3. So because these are from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I can't make a 2-to-1 ratio here. Because 6, I can't make 1, 2, I can't make 2, 4, I can't make 3, 6, I can't make 4, 8. So this has to be a run of consecutive digits. So it's either 5, 6, 7 or 6, 7, 8 or 7, 8, 9. So this is not 5 or 9. 7 must be in here, so there's no 7 in here. But, this is very strange. There's no 6 in here, so 6 is in here because of the 6 looking up. So 6 and 7 are in here. So this is 5, 6, 7 or 6, 7, 8. There's no 9 in here, so there is no 9 in those. So 9 is absolutely in here. So this is either... So 6 is in this as well. 5, 6, 7, 8 could work. This is harder than I... Oh, hang on. There's a negative constraint. Can I do anything with the negative constraint? Like this can't be 5 or 8 because it would see a 4. Right, so this is the 9. Use the negative constraint. This now can't be the 8 because... And that takes 5 out of those. This is 6, 7, 8. There you go. Use the negative constraint. 5 means this can't be 6. 9 means this can't be 8. 4 means that can't be 8. 6, 7 pair means this is 8, so it's 7 and 6. 6 is not... The only relationship 6 has with that is if that's the 3, which makes that the 7. 7 can't be in a 2-to-1 relationship, so this has to be 6 or 8, so it's 8. The 5 looks down, making this the 3. This can't be in a 2-to-1 relationship because the 3 is gone, so this has to be consecutive with 3, so it's 2 or 4, and it sees a 4, so that's the 2. This is now the 1. These are now 1, 2, and 9, and this has to be a consecutive relationship because 3, 9 is not a 2-to-1, so that's the 2 and that's the 9. Use the negative constraint. And remember, the negative constraint only works orthogonally, but I did. Like, that would be a perfectly valid line, but it's not there. So these are 1, 4, and 5. 4 can't go next to 3. 1 can't go next to 2. 4 can't go next to 2. That's the 5, that's the 1, that's the 4. Here we go. Now, 7 has no 2-to-1 relationship with it. So these have to be consecutive. So there's 6 and 8, and the 6 and the 8 that's already there makes that the 8 and that the 6. So 8 can go next to either 4, 7, or 9. 4 because of the 2-to-1 relationship, 7 or 9 because of consecutiveness. 6 can go next to 3, 7, or 5, but that can't be 7. So this is 3 or 5. 1 has to be in one of those cells. But I can't put 1 here because it's neither consecutive or in a 2-to-1 relationship. So 1 is in one of those two cells. Oh, there's no 4 here. So this, because of the 4. This puzzle is weird. There's a lot of options for a 4. 4 and 2 are definitely the most flexible. So for example, this could be 1, 3, or 4. Actually, 4 is more powerful because 4 has 2, 3, 5, and 8, where 2 only has 1, 3, and 4. This is strange. Yeah, realizing the negative constraint was definitely the important thing. So yeah, 4 could have 2 or 8 if it's a ratio, or 3 or 5. And that doesn't seem to be restricted at all either. So is it the connection between these cells? If this is 1, this would have to be... No, this can't be 1, because if this is 1, all of these would have to be 2. And that doesn't work. Ooh, 1 is going to be a very powerful digit. 1 can't go in any of those cells. If I put 1 here, all of these are 2. That doesn't work. Can't put 1 here. Those would have to be 2. Can't put 1 here. So 1 is not in any of those. So 1 is in one of these 3. 1 here would make both of those 2. That doesn't work. 1 here would make both of those 2. That doesn't work. That's a 1. So that puts 1 right here. 1s are important. Puts 1 in one of these, but if I put 1 here, both of those are 2. 1 is a monogamous digit. 1 in this box. So 1 is in one of those 3. Up here, one isn't as restricted. Now, I'm not going to mark that. Anyway, so this is 3 or 4. Now, if this is 3, oh man, getting it down to a single is weird. It's probably a digit in this column, for example. Like there'd be a negative constraint somewhere. Oh, this isn't 4. So neither of these were 4 because of the 4s that were placed. I'm scanning terribly again. What am I doing? So, but these could be the same. If this is a 1, no, this can't be a 1. What am I talking about? If this was a 1, both of those would be 2. So I can't put 1 in any of those. Can't put 1 there, can't put 1 there, can't put 1 there, can't put 1 in either of those. This is the 1. Which means 1 is in one of those 3. Right, but this can't be a 1, or both of those would be 2. So now where is 1 in this column? It has to be there because I can't put 1 in any of those or any of those, and there's 2 1s seeing those. This is a 1. Okay. So 1s are incredibly powerful. So that trick is probably usable in other ways. Like if this was a 5, what would that be? It would have to be a 4. So if this is a 5, this has to be a 4 because you can only use consecutiveness and 6 is gone. Whereas if this is 3, this would have to be a 4 because 3 could only be with 2, 6, or 4, and it sees 2 and 6. So that's a 4, no matter what. Now that's clever. And my phone is going insane, but it doesn't matter. So if this is a 4, then it can't be 2, it can't be 8, so this is a 3-5 pair in the row. That's nuts. So what are these? Well, where's 2 in this box? Because 2 can't be here. 2 can't be here because of the constraints. 2 is in one of those 2, but if I put 2 here, 2 that would need a road, and it doesn't have one. So that's the 2. 2 is not the only thing that would make that connection valid. 2, 5 is not valid by either consecutiveness or 2-to-1. So that's the 3, that's the 5. This is a 7-9 pair in the column. Okay, This is clever. So 2 is in one of these. It cannot be here because we would need a roadway. If 2 is here, that's 1 because that would need a roadway. What are these digits? Actually, this is a triple. 1, 6, 8. And there's no 1 there. So 6 would put 3 or 7 there. 8 would put 4, 7 or 9 there. No, that's not the place to look, I don't think. I think the trick with this is knowing where to look. So these are 2, 5, 7, 9. All of which are possible with that connection. So is it here then? 3 would need this to be 2, 4, or 6. So it'd be 2 or 4 because it couldn't be 6. 4 is the most powerful thing. It could be 2, 3, 5, or 8. It can't be 8. So this is 2, 3, 4, or 5. Oh, it's not 5. So this is a 2, 3, 4. There's no 5 or 8 here anymore. This is 2 or 3. Which still... So is this 7 or 9? Because this is 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is 7 or 9. Okay, that's weird. 4 can connect to either of those. This can't be a 2 because that would connect with the 1. There's no 2 there. That's the 3, 4. That's the 2, which can connect to either of those. But 2, well, it can't connect to 1. It could connect to 3. It can't connect to 4. That is a 3. 3 connects to either 2, which it can't, 4 or 6. This is absolute nuts. And it's just... this is weird. So 4 is down here, but not here. So 4 is in one of those 3. That's not the place to look. I think here, again, 3 would connect to 2, 4, or 6. It could only be, if this is 3, this has to be 6, because I can't use 2 or 4. If this is 4, I can't use 2, I can't use 8, I can't use 3, so this would be 5. This is 5 or 6. And it's not 5. This is 6, so this is 3 and 4. This is crazy. 6 can't connect to 3, so it has to be consecutive, and it can't be 5, so it's 7, which makes this the 9. 7 can only connect consecutively, and the 6 is gone, so that's the 8, which means these are 2 and 5, and the 2 looks down, making that the 5 and that the 2. These are now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. There's no 4 or 6 there. That's the 9. So this is a 4, 6 pair. The 9 makes that the 7. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. And the 5 makes that the 8 and that the 5. The 8 can't connect consecutively or in a ratio with the 6. So that's the 4, that's the 6. Terrified that I'm making mistakes here. This is a triple. 3, 6, 7. So 4 can only, there's no 2-to-1 relationship there, so it has to be consecutive. So that becomes the 3. The 3 can't consecutively with any of those, so it's a 2-to-1 relationship with the 6, which connects consecutively with the 7. This is a triple. 2, 4, 9. Well, 3 can connect consecutively with either 2 or 4, but 9 is out. These, therefore, are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. 5 can't connect consecutively with 9 or anything, so this has to be the 8, which can't connect to a 2, so this is the 4, taking 4 out of there. This is the 5. 1 would connect to this can't be a 2 or I'd need a road. So that's the 9, that's the 2. This is a triple, 2, 3, 5. Now that can't be a 2 or it can't be a 2 or it'd connect to a 1. This can't be a 5. Oh, or a 2. That's the 3, which makes that the 5 and that the 2. Which means this can't be the 1. This is the 1, which means that can't be the 1. This is the 1. This is a pair, 4 and 9. The 4 looks up making that the 9 and that the 4. We're still good consecutively. This is a triple, 6, 7, and 8. Now 4 has to connect to that, and 4 can't connect to 6 or 7, so that's the 8. 6 and 7. Now 8 can't connect to 6, so that's the 7, that's the 6. I think we're still good. Now, this is now way more restricted. 2 comes out, 9 comes out. So this is a 5-7 pair in the column, and the 5 looks over making that the 7 and that the 5, which does work. The 7 makes that the 9 and that the 7. The 6, 8 is resolved by that 6. That's the 8, that's the 6. I take 7 and 5 out of those. Those are 2 and 9. And I'll use the 2 to make that the 9 and that the 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4 go in, which are consecutive, but 8 can only connect to the 4, which makes that the 3. That is the correct solution. Took a little while of hunting to figure this out, and I'm still... The proof that that had to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is a little tricky. You've got to understand the way that 5, 7, and 9 can never connect in a ratio. And if you do a ratio hop, then you're never going to be able to get back into the 5, 7, and 9. And I'm still not really comfortable with the proof of that. I can see in my head that it's true, but giving a full explanation, I think I did the best I could, because if I did a ratio jump, there is no way I could get back into the 5, 7, and 9 without using one of the digits I used in the ratio jump to connect the 5, 7, or the 9. If I jumped 3, 6, how would I connect the 5 and the 7? I couldn't do it. If I used 4, 8, how would I connect the 7 and the 9? There'd be no way to do it. There's probably a more elegant explanation for that, but I don't know what it is because I've never seen this before. But yeah, this had to be 1 through 9 with the 1 at the top. This was very, very cool. And there's, yeah, for example, that would be a consecutive connection. That would be a consecutive connection. There's probably, that would be a consecutive or ratio. There's another one there. Is there another one there? Is there ratio connections, like a 4, 8 or something on diagonal? Yeah, that would be a ratio connection. So this grid would just be filled with roads if you did diagonals as well. So the orthogonal negative constraint, I think, makes sense. So you've got an orthogonal negative constraint and then the roads doing connections, which allow you to force stuff through the grid. I thought this was cool. A very interesting concept. I like the puzzle a lot. Thank you, Macro99. Very, very cool. Gave me a lot to think about using constraint that I'm familiar with. So I appreciate it. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed this Sudoku U series. And as always, good luck with your solving.